Howdy folks, welcome back to the History You Can Hold. My name's Adam, and today we're putting together the Humvee found on Makerworld by the Polish dude down there in the video description. I'm sorry I cannot say your name. And first things first, we're going to take this big old pile of parts and make it a nice Humvee. So you're going to need a pair of small needle nose pliers most likely, as well as some super glue to make it work. And now we're going to start here with this vehicle compartment. We're going to take this vehicle compartment here and we're going to glue this bottom onto it. Now we want this one here I had a little backwards. You want to have the end with the chamfer on it facing towards the back wheels. So what it's going to be, you got your dash here. You're going to make sure the chamfer's on the back side of the dash. We'll glue that together and we'll go from there. As you see here with the glue, you don't need much, just a couple spots here. So again, make sure the chamfer on it is facing towards the back, all nice and neat, and then you're going to sit off the side and let it sit like that. Alrighty, now while that's sitting here, we're going to take these tires. We're going to make sure you got the a wheel and the tire, and depends on how loose your fit is. This one's pretty loose. So what I like to do, inside each one of these here, I'll just put a little drop of glue, not much, and then slide it over to whichever side you want to be facing out towards the outside. Doesn't really matter. Some of them, they have a little bit of support inside. You can kind of pick out your fingernail if you have good fingernails. If not, I sometimes take the pliers and do it like that. So we're going to do all four of these and let them sit off to the side. Now once you get the tires glued, hopefully this right here is pretty much about ready to go. Before we put the top on anything else, we're going to focus on getting the seats in, because once you get the lid on, it's going to be pretty difficult to do. So these here are your seats. What you can do, set this down here where you can reach it, take the dab of glue, you can put them on each one of the seats, just a little dab there. That's probably a little too much actually. I'm going to use this because my fingers are giant, and put them best I can. Line it up in there. It isn't really going to matter. As you see there, you're looking them in through there. So just get it the best you can. We'll do all four of these here, and then we'll be back. Alrighty, now once you get all the seats in there and they're drying, try not to bump them. Set this off the side. We'll get this top piece going. This here is going to be the roof. Now, if you want to look at it, this part right here in the front, that is going to go on the front to line up with the windshield. So, with that being so, you want to make sure you have the hatch and the gun facing towards the front. You set it on like that. So, put a couple dabs of glue on here, and put it together, and we'll put it off to the side. Because again, it doesn't take too much. Make sure you press them together, get it all lined up nice and neat, hold it for a few seconds. Make sure this back here though is flush. You're going to have a slight overhang on the front, so make sure this back side here, there's no lips or anything, is flush. We'll set that over there. Now, here comes the fun part. This here is the fragile piece. This is going to be the frame. We'll get that started cleaned off. Again, you want to be careful in there. You got supports. The supports already came off over here. Be very careful and make sure those supports do not come off and do not break the main body. Otherwise, you'll be gluing stuff back together, and it's not fun. Ask me how I know. So, we'll clean all this off of here. And there we go. We got the frame clear. Now, we also have some other pieces. These are the two parts of the axles. We'll get these cleaned up and be back with you. Alrighty, now we got all the frame parts clear. We'll put those off the side, and these should be dry by now. Now we're going to put the body together. That way it makes it a lot easier to put the frame on the bottom. So, we got the seats in there. Hopefully they're going to stay in place and not move around and move too much. First thing we'll do is we're going to put this roof on, put a dab of glue on every single one of these raised sections here. You said you don't need much. You can wipe it off with a towel if it bleeds out a little bit, because it will dry white, which is not ideal. And Put the roof on best we can. It is very difficult and tricky to get perfect, but once, oh, sorry, there you go. There's a point where super glue becomes sticky and not slippery, but I haven't hit that point yet. Alrighty, she's good there. I'm going to set this off to the side and we'll be back with waiting time now. Let that dry over there and we can put the rest of it together. Alrighty, once we got the roof all on here and ready to go, as you see, you're going to make mistakes. This is off just ever so slightly, but you know what, it'll be okay. So we're going to take the back of it here and made it up here to the back. You can kind of see where the lines on the side right here are going to line up. You're going to put a dab of glue all the way around the outside. If you want to rough it up with a sandpaper or file, you can do that. It will help it stick better and it'll even, but for the video, we're just going to put some on there. So, alrighty, we got that on there now. All nice and neat as we can. I prefer to set them, once I get them going like this, to set them down on the top. Whoop. That way they glue a little better and got the weight of gravity. Just double check and make sure it didn't shift on you like mine did. Stupidly. There you go. Alright, now we'll take the tires, attach them to the axles. These here are your axles, so make sure you get the ends all cleaned off. And you can glue them if you want, depends how loose they are. These ones here are pretty loose, so I am actually going to put a little dab of glue in there. Put a dab of glue in each one of these rims, not too much. You do not want to fill it up, otherwise it will be puking out and you'll get those white spots, as you can see. So, dab of glue of all inside all of them. And now we're going to go axle and with the axle. Ready. Get them kind of squared up the best you can. It's not going to be perfect. That's okay. The soldiers drove the Humvee into a ditch and bent the axle. You'll be fine. Alrighty. Now, this here should hopefully be dry enough for us to start working with it. As you see, sometimes you'll mess up, but it's all alright. Now I'll put the front on there. The front as so. Going to line up. You see you got a little bit of a lip here before the window. And we shall cover this in some glue. And put it together as so. Wow. While that is drying here, we're going to have to wait before we put the frame together. Or we're going to be able to put the frame on. Now, we'll make sure we got a big side and a little side. See the difference between this and this one? Make sure the little side goes towards the front of the vehicle. And all you're going to do is make sure this side is up here and these flat, smooth pieces are going to be down against the vehicle. Going to put a little bit of glue along the rail here, along the rail, and then a little bit up the top at each one of these, and put it on there. Now the other important part is to make sure you get these things centered the best you can. Make sure they're up and centered in between each one of the axles. They kind of have an area where they'll sit, but you just want to try to make sure it's the best you can because your plastic may be warped or did not print right, any number of issues. So now that that's on there, what we'll do next, we're going to put another set of glue on top, and all this is here is for a decorative piece. It's not super critical. Yeah, there, just fell into place. A couple dabs of glue. You're probably going to over glue it. It'll be alright. It's on the bottom of the vehicle. I'll put these thin black pieces here. What these are to make sure the frame rail sticks out below the vehicle body and it looks like it has a frame like the real deal. That way you can get high centered when you're playing with it in the dirt as well, just like a real Marine or a real Army soldier. Put these two on here, like so. You might want to use tweezers, or if you get lucky, you can put them on there. Alrighty. And make sure it does not go over on these ones here, because you will have issues. Next here, we're going to put the frames in there, as so. Not the frame, sorry, the axles in the frame like so. Don't really need to be gluing on there, because after that, we are taking the two different bottom housings. See how one of them is bigger than the other? The bigger one's going to go in the back. And you can already see here where it's kind of dimpled from the plate. Put a couple dots of glue. Couple dots of glue. And whoop, as you see here, you might want to hold off on these till afterwards. You might knock them off, but you know what, that's all going to be alright. Mistakes happen. You will get super glue on your hands, so I can guarantee you that. Alrighty, now we'll put the top one on there. Make sure the distance of the two lines are going to be lined up there. Kind of snap it into place the best you can. You may have to add more glue when this is done, depending on how your body came together. It may have issues gluing together. But now we're going to let this dry and be back. Alrighty, now that these are tentatively held together, we'll focus on the last three pieces. That's going to be the rear bumper, the front bumper, and snorkel cap. All very tiny, fun pieces to put on. So we'll start with the rear bumper first. What we're going to do here is going to put, oh, that's the front. Do here, let's put some glue right along this top here. Trying to get it on your finger. And put it on the back. And make sure she's lined up with the frame rails there. She's sticking out the back just a hair, and that is going to be good. So we'll go over to the front here. Exact same thing with the front. Trying to get any glue in your fingers, but it's going to happen. And exact same thing on the front. And we will let those dry, and then we'll put the snorkel cap on. So now that the bumpers are firmly in place, the last piece of this is going to be the snorkel cap. What you can do, not the big side, the tiny side, which is kind of annoying. You put a dab of glue on it, and you're going to gingerly attempt to put it right here. It is not going to be easy. I will completely, just like that, and I will let this dry and we'll finish up. So, all together, it's alright. It's going to be off just a hair. That is your Humvee. So, anyhow, folks, hope you have a great rest of your day, and stay tuned.